Okay, now that I'm done with this, I'm going to release this here. And now I have, the hair is nicely reinforced. So I'll fold it up here. And I like to wrap it around my hand and take this brush and start from the bottom and just brush out any tangles, the hair just, when you rough any kind of hair up there, whether it's on your head or not, you just want it to be very neat when I put it over here. So I'll take it here and I'll put it here. And now I'm getting this hair all processed to make a custom full hair weave system. Now I'm actually going to take a little bit of bulk hair just to give you an example of what I do when I prepare the hair. So I got some light hair here. So I'm going to take a little bit of this hair here and just kind of give you an example, how before I even hand tie it. Now let's just say, for instance, someone was just buying hair and they wanted to have wefted hair. Well, I would go in here and I'd take some of this hair, like so. You want to be very careful with the hair because the hair, it's a process that you kind of have to learn how to handle the hair before you go doing these things, because otherwise you're going to have hair everywhere and cuticles going in different directions and things like that, and you don't want that. If you drop some hair and you didn't see exactly how it dropped, leave it. Just throw it in the trash can, because if you pick it up you may have cuticles running in the wrong directions, and then you're going to have a tangled mess. So just going to put this here and set this right over here. Now I have some bulk hair here. I'm going to prepare this now. Turn that back on. Now earlier I told you I was doing a zigzag stitch. For this process here, I'm going to use a straight stitch going straight across. It's kind of funny sewing loose hair, but it sews. So I'm going to adjust my machine here. And I actually have it on 0. That gives me a nice tight stitch. But in this case, I want to move it to a number 1. I don't want the stitch as tight when I first start off. Now, on this particular hair, I really would not use a dark colored thread unless I was going to color this hair a dark color. Whatever color I'm going to use on the hair is the color thread I'm going to use if it's a light hair. So you don't have that, that difference in very dark color thread and the color of the hair. Alright, so we start off like this. Keep the hair as tight as you can together because it's going to actually move on its own. If you know anything about sewing, it's kind of like just sewing on a fabric, really. Now you see, I'm actually just holding the hair and the hair is moving on its own. Because what happens is the machine feeds the hair. The foot of the machine and the bottom of it is going to actually feed the hair through. So what you want to do is hold it as tight as you can here and let the hair feed. And try to make it as even as possible, otherwise you'll have some thick, some thin. Just bring that all the way to the end right there. Okay, so hold your foot up. You want to go ahead and give yourself some slack on the thread. That way you have enough thread to be able to tie that on and give it a nice tight knot there. So that way the hair doesn't slip out. Okay, like so. Okay? Now you hold it up. And this is what you have right here. Now when you're going into making tracks, you're going to do that a couple of times, and then you're going to use another foot that's going to actually fold the hair for you, and it's going to give you a nice tight track on that, okay? So we can just keep moving, but that's the way you start that.